and halfway to a toy. See, if I got 2 of those, I could join them at right angles with paper clips. If I get 4 of them, I can join them in a sort of rectangle or a square. Now that looks good, but if I hold it at the bottom, it's going to slump. It really is most inappropriate as a stable construction. Not so good as a lattice, very good as a toy. Because if I hold the top part and the bottom part and push them sideways, you can see that the vertical parts are going to move easily. And it doesn't take much imagination to see them as rowers or boxes or animals or something, and that's the basis of this particular toy. It's a very old folk toy called Wood Chopper and the Bear. It's a Polish one, but you can make anything you like, and here's how you do it. Back to the paper punch and the cardboard. The sort of cardboard I was punching there is really the same thickness as, I guess, a cereal packet. It's thin enough to be worked with scissors, but stiff enough to stay rigid like that without flopping too much. Well, I've cut one like that. I need to make another one exactly the same, because this toy really does need the holes to be the same distance apart in the different pieces. Here goes. Right, those are the handles, and I'll position them not like that, so one is exactly the same as the handle below it, but like this. You can see I've got an unpunched handle poking out each side, but the holes are directly above each other. If they're not, you're in for trouble. Let's put them aside and work out what we're going to put on them. Well, it could be anything. I mentioned boxes. Let's make boxes. I've cut these out of thin cardboard. It's a bit thinner than the cereal packet, but it will do. And if you cut them out together, they're going to look pretty good. And of course, you can turn them around and colour them in. But we have to punch holes in those as well. And once again, they have to be the same distance apart on the boxes. So let's put them together, because they're thin enough to fit into the punch. Here we go. Align them like this, and I'm going to punch them both together by sliding them in between there. Okay, top and bottom, here goes. And there we are. Now what I'm going to do is to align those on the holes. And I have to give this some sort of thought, because if you get to something more complex, you'll need to work out what has to be vertical. But start putting it together with everything vertical. Here we are. The handles with the holes vertically above each other, and we'll position the hole in the foot above that hole in the handle, and this hole aligns, and the next boxer comes along, and here's going to be aligned like that. That wouldn't work awfully well because the boxer gloves are crossing over each other. Still, it would work in a sort of fashion. Let me show you one that's going to be a bit better. Here we go. This is going to be Farmer Jones milking, or trying to milk his cow. Once again, the handle down the bottom and the handle at the top. You notice that this time those holes are further apart, but they are at least aligned one on top of the other. So that's going to work. And here's old Farmer Jones. Let's put him on first. This is the top handle, so let's put that hole there. Using paper clips, just as before, we'll put that in like that and expand it on the other side by turning those little feet down. That'll hold him loosely but securely held in that position. Then we put the bottom handle on there, and that goes through his foot. And in that sort of position, he's leaning backwards, but that's okay, because I've tested this to make sure that the two little models won't foul each other. Bend those legs over, and there he's in position. Now his cow comes along and is a slightly odd construction, because I'm not a very good artist, but nonetheless we'll put on the top clip like that and bend the legs over, and the bottom clip like this. And you'll notice that just as before, we have a handle poking out to one side in the top handle, to the other side on the bottom, and all those holes are the same distance apart on the handles, the same distance apart on the characters. And now if I move it, you can see poor old Farmer Jones is really having a lot of trouble getting in to milk the cow, because it tries to kick him whenever he gets too close. Well, you can do anything. You can do farmers and their cows, you can do boxers, or if you like, you can go for a very old toy, and that is fighting pirates.